Hey internet friends, MagicBrad, SynergyCafe and the Synergy Collaborative. Do you have your cafe today? And I have another guest on the line, and her name is Clara, and I think the last name is Chorley, but I'm going to ask her. Clara, are you there?
I'm here.
Thumbs up.
You
Is that
said
right?
it right. Well done.
Chorley?
Chorley.
Because it is British, yes?
British, yes.
Okay. So, Clara, I go through these fairly fast and just ask the basic questions of who are you, what do you do, where do you do it, when do you do it, how do you do it, and then why do you do it. So the first question is, who are you? Do you got kids, your family? Who are you?
No kids. No kids. I am a very independent, explorative female, originally from England, and I love to travel the world and help people. Yeah. How else do you say that?
Help
It's a
people?
big question, who are you? Gets me into all kinds of existential things in my brain, but I don't think that's what you're asking me
It
for.
can go deep, but just the superficial stuff.
Right.
Like married kids, all that kind of stuff.
Stay surface.
So, yes, that's the essence of it. I like to do these things via video because people get to see the eyes and they get a chance to know, like, and trust the person because the internet's got a lot of fruitcakes out there.
Boy, does it.
And we're fruitcakes, but we're honest fruitcakes.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Brad. I'm a fruitcake, and I'm aware of it and out there with it and not trying to hide it.
So the next question is, what do you do?
What do? I help people. So there's two things I do. Help people fall in love with their work again, whether it's, or maybe for the first time, whether it's in making a job that they're in something they actually enjoy, because some people will hold off on having conversations they need to have, or they build resentments, or they're just in something because they didn't think they could do any better. And then other people think they've got this thing I should be doing, and I don't know what it is, and help them figure it out. My business is called Clarity Unlimited.
Aha.
I help people get clear. And then once they've got clear about what they want, I help them actually believe that they can have it.
That is so important because without vision, you perish. So you got to have clear vision. Otherwise, you get exactly what you see, and it could be very cluttered.
That is right. We'll live our lives on default unless we decide what it is that we want. And it's a very hard question to answer. What do you want? And then I help them do the strategy to find the job.
You do. I've been dealing a lot with the stuff that's in the brain and bypassing the brain and going to the heart because the brain stores all that old information that's pretty much not relevant anymore.
Yes.
So
yes, I have a really cool process called Matrix that helps people do that.
Matrix, like Neo?
Yes,
I love
like
that movie.
Neo.
That's just a movie, but it's very deep too. You can get
very deep.
So here's the next question: is where? Where do you do your work? Do you do your work online, or do you have an office, or where are you located now?
I'm located right now in the Bay Area of San Francisco, Northern California, in the United States of America. For those people who are international, but I have clients all over the world. I've had clients in South America and Australia and Canada and all kinds of places.
Do you just work online, or do you have an office?
I used to have an office, and I stopped that about 1.5 years ago. And now I work remotely because the other part of what I do is I'm getting myself back to go work in Africa. So my business is set up so that I can do the other part of what I love, which is to work in Africa and do some stuff over there.
That's exactly how I'm designing my whole income now, because I used to have an office also, and you got to go to work and go in there, and I say tethered to the office chair or imprisoned in a cubicle, and I don't want to do that anymore. So, in fact, we're spontaneously moving up to New York for my wife to write a book. So we're going to go there for a few months. Yeah, tomorrow
How
actually.
Fabulous! How fabulous! Yeah.
So
freedom. It's all about freedom.
It is, especially
people
with
want to feel free. That's the core of my work. Help people feel free.
With these little things right now, I can do the Skype interviews via this, and my website and stuff is all automated. So
amazing, isn't it?
It is fun. It's wonderful.
It's really wonderful.
So when do you like to work? Are you like an AM person or a PM person, or when do you have office hours or anything like that, or just you on call?
No, I mean I have a small boutique practice for coaching clients. All that means is I don't coach that many people. So we schedule those every month, and it works around their schedule and my schedule. So if I'm traveling, I'll be at different times, but I try not to do anything before about 10, 11 in the morning. I call myself a morning person, but I've been told I'm really not.
I get all my stuff done before 10, and then I go play.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you froze up there. You still there? That stuff happens. That's one thing with the internet is you got those little glitches, but
yeah,
they happen in real life too.
They do. I can't see you. I can see your picture, but not you live. My camera turned itself off, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you see me before?
Yes. Oh, yes, for the whole time. There you are, you're back.
So what kind of power do you have where you turned off my camera?
I'm pretty powerful like that, I have to say, Brad.
Okay, so how do you do your work? How's your process work?
Well, oh, you mean the individual work I do with people?
Well, yeah, that or
Or
your group work, or what's
Well,
your
I'll tell you, yeah, no, there's a clear process. It's whether I'm working with people who are in jobs or people who are entrepreneurs, there's two first steps that everybody has to go through. One, what's your vision? So that's my matrix, right? So I take people through the matrix process and they get a clear sense of their vision from their heart. Second step is then you've got to buy into it and believe in it. That's so vital. And we have all these voices in our head go, I can't do that. That's never going to work. What am I thinking about? No, that's not out there. What I want doesn't exist. Like there's all this internal, banter. So the second step is working with all those voices and really getting things aligned so the person actually knows in their heart and believes they can take the steps. And then the third step or the fourth step, and I actually have a whole process around this, which is an online program that's coming out soon, is to actually move into the strategy, because you've got to do two parts, right? There's the coaching part and then there's the consulting part. And the strategy is how do you start to identify the organizations? What kind of questions do you ask in your interviews? How do you maximize your resources of people, companies, contacts, events, and fit it all to your personality? So if you're an introvert, you're not going to want to go out to 14 networking events in a week, right? True. But there's a way to actually maximize the resources that you have around you. So those are the 3 or 4 main steps that I take.
That's on my business card, conceive, believe, achieve. And that's basically what it is. You get the concept, the visualization,
yes.
and then believe in it, and then it just happens.
Yes.
And you had mentioned about all the self-talk stuff too. Doing this New York move, it happened very spontaneously. Mm-hmm. And I was driving into the grocery store this morning, and I pulled into the parking spot, and I was having doubt in my head. And I pulled in the parking spot, and the car that was there, big New York license plate. So that was a validation to me that it's okay.
Yeah, look for the signs. We're meaning makers. Yep. That's the power of us. We can make up any meaning. We can make things mean things, and we can decide they mean like life's terrible, or we can decide they mean we're on the right track. It's like there's a mate when you look. It's amazing what you can see. That's a great story.
That's why we need people like a coach or a consultant, so that we're talking about stuff, we start talking to ourselves, and we're telling ourselves lies, and we need someone to show us the way. So
yeah, you can't do it alone.
People don't realize that. You can't. You're blind to it.
Yeah.
We're programmed to not see certain stuff because it's trying to protect us.
Yes, exactly. And a good coach will hold you in the space they see that you want to be in. So even when you're flapping around and getting all scared, a good coach is like, I can see through this. We're all right.
Because it's not true.
It's energetically, so you start to change energetically. It's really interesting, the physiology behind coaching as well.
Exactly.
Emotional physiology.
Mm-hmm. So here's my favorite question, and then we can get into whatever programs you got coming up. But my favorite question is, why? Why do you do this and not teach yoga or Pilates, or why aren't you like a marathon runner or a pole vaulter or something?
Oh, great question. Why? I have this theory, Brad, that how many of us have to go to work for our lives? I mean, have to, right? Because we're in a money-based world, right? And that the percentage, I think it's in the 80% or 70-something% last I checked, of people that are miserable in their work is just shocking. And when you're miserable at 40 hours of your week or anything up to that, you then go home and you're miserable with your husband and your wife or your kids or your friends, or there's this like flatlining in your life. And I'm a huge believer, and I've lived in flatline, I've lived in misery, I've done the whole thing, right? It took me a long time to find my work. And when I found my work that was my thing and designed it to how I want to live, which is I'm a freedom junkie, I got really, really happy. And I thought, this is amazing. I can help other people with this. So I feel like I'm raising the vibration of the planet with the work that I'm doing. I feel like I'm helping people actually get happy and pulling them out of all the shoulds and the default decisions. And, I'm just living this life because, I hadn't really thought about why I'm living this life. It isn't really working for me, but I don't really know how to do it any differently. So get us more into the masters of our own destiny and freedom.
That's exactly it. I think a lot of people, they get into that predetermined, like when I graduated from high school in 1975, people said, go get a job.
Yeah.
And I was doing magic at that time, full-time, making some money, but people said, go get a job. So I followed that path, and I got laid off in a couple of years, and I thought, I don't want to have a job if that's what's going to happen. So I decided to take my own destiny, built it myself. And I think a lot of people get into that job thing and the job security, and they don't realize that they could probably be a professional fly fisherman or fly fisherwoman, or you could
Yep.
do whatever you want, especially these days with the ability to, like, I promote blogs, so you can blog about whatever you love, and then the blog is monetized to be able to bring in revenue. And I often say that Captain Kirk never had a wallet. Captain Kirk does what he wants, and when he wants a burrito, he just goes to the computer and says, "Computer, burrito," and he gets a burrito. You don't need money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's getting
There's
to
actually
the
this
point.
big myth out there that we live in this outside-in world. So when people are trying to make decisions about what they want or where they're going, they look outside for evidence. There's somebody out there who's doing it, good, that means I can do it. There's an opportunity that's come to me, good, then I can respond to that. But it's actually an inside-out world. We have to learn to tune in and go, what do I want? What do I desire? How can I start to own that? The rest is easy.
And from
The
the heart,
universe really does
not the head.
conspire. It's amazing. When our energy is certain, and I know this is what I want, I know this is where I'm heading, all kinds of opportunities start to show up.
Oh,
Very
exactly.
exciting.
That's how this New York move happened for us. We decided
Yeah.
to just give it all up, all the, gee, what are we going to do with this and that, and what about our stuff and all this, and everything just fell into place for it because we
Yes.
followed our heart, which was paving the way, instead of our intellect saying, well, you can't do that because...
Yes, and you took a courageous decision. That's a courageous decision that you made. Because the brain is looking for reasons to that this is safe and this is low risk and that it's going to work out. And it can't find them in situations like that. But the body, the gut, the intuition, right? That's the part of you that's going, no, this feels right. So I'm going to go with that.
And it may not even be so much courage as it is faith. I mean, something's going to happen anyways, right? So you might as well do something.
I think it takes courage. But yeah, all right.
You just-
I think it takes both. It takes both.
Yeah,
Faith,
just step
even
out.
faith is a courageous thing, you know.
I figure if I'm not here, I'm someplace else. So,
That's true.
so
That's
should,
t-shirt.
a couple more minutes left. Why don't you share any programs you got coming up, or your website, or anything that you got that you're brewing? A book, right?
clarityunlimited.com. There's already a book up there, but I'm really excited about this program that I'm launching to help people move into jobs that they love. And it'll be a module for a 4 or 5 module program. I'm still finalizing the last couple of details. And then I'll be on the end of the phone twice a month to just receive calls. So people can just call in and do Q&A. There won't be any content on that because the content's in the modules. But I'm really excited about it. I really am.
Well, let's stay tuned on that, and then maybe do another interview like this, more focused specifically on that, now that we got the know, like, and trust factor out of the way. We know who you are. We know how to find you. You're in San Francisco area.
Good for me. Yeah.
So you can share more about that project when it gets to be more into manifest.
Yes, it'll be soon. It'll be soon in the next couple of months. So yes, thank
Very
you.
cool. And I'll just be in New York. I can Skype to you from there.
Good luck with your move. I'm excited for you and
It's
your
easy.
family.
Just get in the car and go. It's going to
Yeah.
be fun.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Clara, I appreciate you taking the time, and that's it.
My pleasure. Thank you,
I'm
Brad.
going to
Enjoyed
upload this
it.
to the universe, and we'll see what happens.
Great. Send me a copy.
Okay. Thank you. Peace.
Okay. Bye.